Becky. She's hit the button on Facebook Live. I did not do my makeup good this morning, so I apologize to all of you seeing me on Facebook Live this morning here with SEMO Electric, but I do my best. I do have my Freiheit shirt on from Texas. It's in New Braunfels, Texas. If you're ever down that way, it's great food. Do tell them that I gave them a shout out in Missouri. All right, this morning we are joined. Becky's brought someone new with her today. Who do we have here?
I'm Nathan Hull with GoSEMO, mainline fiber.
Okay. Now, your job is what?
Take care of the mainline fiber. During the construction process, of course, I help the contractors.
Okay.
Maintenance on the buildings, making sure everything's working good in the buildings. Anytime there's pole transfers, we get it moved over to the new poles, and tap swaps, ants, big problem.
You got ants?
Yeah,
Ants?
they build nests in the
Really?
fiber taps. And
Well, now I would see that, like wasps and things like that too would probably be an issue.
Yeah.
Because I've got friends of mine that work, for instance, a friend of mine over in Tennessee works for AT&T. And he talks about all the time going to junction boxes or whatever, and he goes, it's either snakes or wasps. So
we've had a couple with wasps, but the taps are sealed up good enough. The wasps generally don't get in.
Right.
But the ants love to build their nests in there. And
I wouldn't.
Anything in their way, they just chew through it and get it out of the way.
Well, there's that. All right, so Nathan, you're one of the guys that if something goes bad, something needs to be looked into, or you're having a problem, you're that guy that gets the phone call. I mean, you must be an important guy because, folks, he came in with a laptop. He has he came in with a laptop, opens it up, he's looking around, he's doing his thing, the phone is going off. So that tells me you're kind of an important guy here.
Well, I wouldn't call it important, but I'm needed. When my phone goes off, there's normally something bad going on.
It's not, hey, you want to go have lunch? It's, hey, by the way, this tore up, right?
Exactly. On our way here this morning, I got a notification that a possible fiber breakage. So we have a fiber from a gunshot that happened on Super Bowl Sunday of this year.
A gunshot.
96 count fiber. Just shooting birds off the fiber line. And BBs are still in it with construction going on. We haven't got that replaced yet.
Yeah.
We have a plan. We're going to go in and completely replace everything. But our contractors are busy, of course, building out here in Wyatt, building down in Wolf Island. We just finished up Frisco, so that's all a good go. Everybody that's in Frisco area, get signed up. You can get it. But like I say, the BBs are still in the fiber. The wind blows, we break another one.
And you break another one.
Now 6 people are out this morning due to another BB breaking.
So okay, let's talk about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say that as a kid, and I used to dove hunt a lot. Statute of limitations may be out, I hope. And I may or may not. Let me word it this way. I may or may not have. This is a plausible deniability or something, whatever they call it. I may or may not have been around and, pow, and there went a bird off the wire. Wires are different now. I mean, then it was still a problem. And it could cause disruptions, and most of it, was a little bit different. But now we're talking about fiber, and this is a lot of little bitty, like the strand of a hair size stuff that's glass, right?
Right.
Or sort of kind of glass.
Yep.
So this is a problem, and here's why. Because dove season starts a week from today.
Yeah, September 1st.
And that's the traditional start. And so we're talking about this right now. I mean, this was something that wasn't even dove season wise. This was what you said Super Bowl Sunday. Somebody decided to pop a bird off a wire.
Couple kids out just shooting guns.
Okay, so that was Super Bowl Sunday. Whatever. This is the actual dove season. There's going to be hundreds, thousands of people in the fields, and we deal with this every year, don't we?
Yep. Doves love lighting in trees that are dead branches.
Oh, sure. They love the snags.
They love power lines.
Oh, yeah.
And it's more than just our stuff up there. Of course, there's other internet providers, AT&T, Charter. Everybody's got fiber in the air now. Mm-hmm. And it's a real easy shot, but I try to push people to be more sportsmanship. Just scare them, shoot them in the air. Please.
All right. Do a flush.
I'm on call this dove season, so that would really help.
Well, now, obviously, okay, so you just said from going back to Super Bowl Sunday, we're dealing with where there's still shot pellets along the strand of line. 6 people this morning, all of a sudden, because of the movement, something happened, the wind wiggled, there's an outage.
Right.
Is it that big of a problem? Is it widespread? Will you be chasing this stuff down? And let's face it too, if they get caught, they can be charged with this, correct?
Oh yeah, it's easily a $10,000 cost to fix it by the time we calculate in equipment. Normally it's 5 guys that are on that site. Once we find where it's at, normally it takes about 5 guys to replace the fiber. We got to take all the bad stuff down, pull slack from both ends, do this, cut it, resplice it, put everything back up. It's a 10-hour job, and that's if we are able to do everything in one day. Wow. This one from Super Bowl Sunday, of course, is a mainline 96 count. Like I said, that's a big fix. That's going to be we come in at 11 o'clock at night and we work for 10 hours.
11 o'clock at night.
Yeah, just so we don't interrupt as many people. Businesses will be shut down.
Right.
All the reports will be run by then mostly. But yeah, it's going to take everybody out. So I mean it's a big ordeal and expensive.
Well, and like I said, and the person responsible for that, if they were to be, because a lot of places now have video.
Yeah.
Even from a distance, you can see things. A lot of places, have that security around. And you can be held responsible for, be written citations for, different types of situations. One, if you pull up and do it from a vehicle, well, that's illegal within itself. Discharging a firearm, out of a vehicle or whatever. You run into that sometimes during, I know the guys from the conservation department, we do our conservation corner, we talk about it during snow goose season.
Right.
Guys will pull up in a wad of, the white geese on the side of the road and they blaze into them or whatever. That's illegal. You can't do it from a vehicle like that. But, people need to think about that. And this isn't just like, you talked about splicing it. This isn't, the old wired cutters and 2 little pieces here and you get some black tape and you put it back up and everybody's happy. Like you said, this is a 10 or 12-hour job.
Yeah, it's high-dollar equipment with people that are generally paid pretty good salary per hour.
Sure. Which, that's okay if you're looking for the extra money, guys, but still, I don't think anybody out there really wants to do that on a regular basis.
No, nobody wants to be out in the mosquitoes down around Kiwani at 11 o'clock at night. So.
Well, let's hope widespread, because you guys have a lot of territory to cover now.
Yeah.
And again, and we're talking, specifically, I think in this instance, about, the fiber aspects of things, but the electrical aspects of things can be a problem as well. I mean, you've got, your boxes up there and the junctions, and you take a pot shot up there, and the next thing you know, you've put everybody out for however far, the box is or whatever. I mean, I've seen that happen.
Yeah.
Let's hope that doesn't happen.
No, well, we pray everybody has a safe and productive dove season this year and shoots them out of the air. So just be a sportsman.
Don't just know. Well, and here's the other thing too, because and I think this is, I'm showing a little bit of my ignorance, but don't you guys have like the boxes and the hoops or whatever? Aren't those up on the poles too?
Yeah, our taps are located on the poles. Splice points are located on the poles. They're just a, I don't know, almost like a tube. Mm-hmm. You'll see all the fibers going into it.
And that's what I was talking about. Now, that's not typically in the range of where somebody shoots, but let's say somebody is hunting their power lines and they're not paying attention and they swing through and they shoot one of those. That just compounds the problem even that much more, right?
Yeah. We've had people target practice on some of those.
Oh, yeah?
Not just ours, but M&A's and that, which is our provider for. But it can be very challenging to just find the shots. We've had, I think, 13 so far since we started 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. Some of them you can get shot. Like I said, the pellets will be in there. It breaks fiber that we might not have somebody on, but all of a sudden the storm goes through and I'm out 6 o'clock on Sunday morning working for 4 hours trying to figure out where the problem is. But it's challenging. Not just gunshots. We also have dig right. Before you dig anything, 811. There's a message that comes up. This is not 911. Just hold through. That 811 will allow you to turn in where you're going to do your dig and get everything set up so we can get out and locate our stuff. And
Well, and that was the next thing I was going to say because, so it comes in off the line, it comes into the yard. And a lot of times it gets buried, comes across the yard, and then up into your house. And like you said, 811, call before you dig. Know what's down there because it might not just be the fiber. I mean, you could hit something that's really bad, like a gas line. Or
pressurized sewer is really horrible.
Yeah, that would be bad. To me, that's just the term pressurized sewer should just scare the bejesus out of you on that one. Like, oh,
the green and the yellow is very dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, so again, another thing to be thinking of, as we're going through. What else is out there today that you want to hit real quick? Is that the main points?
Well, we do have some events coming up.
Yeah.
This Saturday, there's going to be a parade.
Oh, wow.
Blodgett Watermelon Festival.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to be present on that. I've got some notes here.
Starts at 10 o'clock.
Becky takes care of it.
The parade, I think, are we meeting at 10 o'clock to get ready, or does the parade start at 10?
He said starts at 10.
Okay.
Starts at 10.
So
in Blodgett.
In Blodgett.
I tell you, it's that time of year. So Blodgett, watermelons, the fest.
I don't know if we're going to do the watermelon crawl or not, but I'd say that's probably going to be played there.
Somebody before the day is over will do a watermelon crawl. It's not a watermelon fest until somebody takes the plunge.
Exactly.
It just is what it is. So Blodgett this weekend, you guys are going to be out there and around. And again, just like anything else, and Becky, you could, address to this. If they have questions on any of this stuff, you guys are going to be around and this and that. It always pays to make the phone call.
It does. It doesn't cost you anything to make the switch. Call us, try us for 30 days, see what you think.
Well,
just make the switch. You're not in a contract with us, so you can take us out, try our service for 30 days, pay it, and switch back if you don't like us. But we guarantee you like us because we try to be number one with customer service. You can see on the Facebook page we had someone brag that we were calling them at 8:30 the other night to get them scheduled, to get them fixed, to get them back online. So we do it the cooperative way. Mm-hmm. We want to make it local. We keep it personal. We're going to call you. We're going to get those outages fixed. If it's not fixed the same day, we're going to let you know we're there first thing in the morning getting it fixed.
Well, and still expanding. You're not quite done with getting the network down. You're in the Wyatt area, as you said, Nathan. Frisco's up and ready to go. So if you're in that Frisco
any of those areas can start calling and getting enrolled, getting their names on the list. If you're a SEMO Electric member, you should be calling us. You should be making the switch today to the GoSEMO fiber. Get your internet. And I know some people are worried because they have an email address that's to a certain provider. Work on going out, making yourself a Gmail account. Work on switching those a little bit at a time. That way you're not owned by any provider. You can make the switch as you want to make the switch. Gmail's very simple, just to get on the internet and go set up a free little email account.
Even I know how to do that.
That's right. It's very simple.
That's saying a lot.
And we have several that are wanting to make the switch but scared because they are in debt with the provider with that.
People are always going to be resistant to change.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, that's it's like, well, no, it's fine. But once they make the change,
they won't regret it.
And no, they won't.
And their dollars are staying local, right with their local co-op that they own. So make the switch today.
Do it. You guys are out there, and even though I know it's Nathan's job and the crew, let's try not to give him a reason to be out during dove season.
The fewer times that I go out, the lower the internet price stays.
Yeah, so. Well, and you know what? You just made a great point here as we start to wrap up. That is a great point. When you have to go out and do this regularly because of some idiot, someone that has obviously not a lot of respect for things or this and that, especially you said somebody's been taking target practice on the boxes, and I'm like, really? That being said, you don't realize, folks, that adds to cost. You want to keep costs down? Then report these people. If you know somebody that did that caused a huge outage for businesses, not to mention, I didn't get to watch the Gunsmoke channel or whatever else was on that afternoon. Super Bowl.
There was some.
Again, boof, there it is. You're down.
Last year, we had several, even our members that have GoSEMO fiber that posted, do not shoot the lines in my area. I do not want to lose service.
And that's what I'm saying. I mean, you can keep costs down. That's right. And that's the whole goal. But if you keep having to go out, like you said, you're looking at $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 repairs. Mm-hmm. Money doesn't grow on trees. Some people seem to think that, but it doesn't. Somewhere down the line, the cost comes out. There's no such thing as a free lunch.
And let's end on safety. It's going to be a hot one today.
Yes.
Be careful. Check on each other. Check on the elderly. Check on the kids outside playing.
And know that there are things, and you guys, if you go on your website, there are things that you can do, to stay cool, but also to save you some money too.
right.
You know, don't jack your thermostats up and down. Keep them at a steady temperature. Try not to use, big appliances during the bulk of the
That's
day.
right.
Try to, do them at night. You guys have a whole list of those things there on your website.
right.
Very good information.
That's right. Tune in and be careful.
There you go. Becky, thank you.
Thank you.
Nathan, thank you. Glad you came by.
Yep, thanks.
And hope you don't have to have a flak jacket during dove season when it starts next week. Folks, that's our Wednesday chat with our friends at GoSEMO Fiber and SEMO Electric. We're going to take a quick break here. Come back. I'm going to have your River Delta weather forecast brought to you by Farm Credit coming up.